Mike 0 radio Kilo Kilo, checking the frequency. Is the frequency in use? 0 RKK.
Coming through loud and clear here, Rich.
Cheers, Trev. Well, we'll kick it off a minute early, won't we? G7RWE, 0 RKK, isn't it, G Trev? Gear reporting it. I think it was a strong report, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm pointing more or less in your direction, so it should be pretty okay, over.
Yeah, plus 40, mate. Yeah, good audio, good signal. So is that the 290 that you're on?
Roger. It is.
To be sure. Anybody for the Ulland District Amateur Radio Club Thursday evening net, 0 RKK listening?
20 IDL.
20 IDL, evening to you, Dave. End stopping this way, mate, over.
Yeah, good evening, Rich. Yeah, you're 5 and 9 plus 30 here, no problem.
Cheers for that, Dave. Anybody else, 0 RKK?
M0 JBA.
M0 JBA, good evening to you, John. I think I said welcome back the other day, didn't I, when we were on Zoom, but looks like you're on your compromise antenna, but you're a 59 tonight, John, over.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Anybody else, Ulland District Amateur Radio Club Evening Net, M0 RKK, please call now. Pretty quiet at the minute then. So M0 RKK, right, just spent a few hours setting this up because we're actually live streaming on YouTube at the minute. Also I've been messing about with QSL cards. I hope you got the email, Trev, and let me know either way, you know, where you need anything altering or changing or whatever. So yeah, I took most of my day up anyway. So round to you, Trev, G7RWE, M0 RKK in the net.
Yeah, M0 RKK in the net from G7IWE. Yeah, thanks for telling me that, Rich. I just had a look here, the email has arrived. I'll have a look at them a little bit later on and see what I can do. Maybe sort the backside out for one. It'd be nice to have a QSL card that use. Not that I send many out, but you never know, you might get use for them. Not much radio work today. I've been listening a little bit today. There's been a bit coming in, but all the big guns are after them, so there's not much chance of getting them. So I've more or less been in listening more. And I didn't fancy going outside, as every time I went outside to have a look at things, it started spitting down, and the wind wasn't exactly the best for doing anything with antennas there. So that's it for this time round. So I think it's the guy from Drypool, Mr. IDL himself, from G7IW, isn't it?
G7IW in the net with 20 IDL. Yeah, good evening, Trev. Thank you very much. Yeah, I haven't done a lot, so I've just been plumbing in my little tuner that I bought a couple of days ago. That seems to be working fine. Just now need just to fix it in place rather than just leaving it propped up. So that's all I've been doing, a little bit of FT8 just to make sure the thing works, which it does. So I'm quite happy with that. So that's it from me for the minute. So on to John, M0 JBA from 20 IDL.
Yeah, 20 IDL and the group from M0 JBA. Yeah, I'm still on my compromise antenna. Keep an eye on the weather. But Friday Saturday I'm out of town. So I'll probably leave it till Sunday if the weather's still looking settled. I'll get a prop one up. Signal reports, Rich, Trevor, Dave, yeah, you're all 5-9 plus here. be interesting to see what reports I get, because I know I often get a poor one from Dave, but we'll see what it is. Over. Sorry, over. So back to top of the list, M0RKK from M0JBA. Over to you, Rich.
M0JBA, M0RKK, I'll put the reports out next time then. You're all 5.9 and 5.9 plus anyway this way. Anybody else want to join the Ulland District Amateur Radio Club Thursday evening net? M0RKK listening.
G1WSA Mobile.
G1WSA Mobile, evening to you, Chris. 57 at the minute tonight, mate, over.
Yeah, you're 57. I'm not in a good spot though. I bet it's coming up now though. I bet it's a little bit better. G1WSA Mobile.
Oh, I didn't look, I was typing in, mate. Go again.
Yeah, G1WSA Mobile.
Yeah, up to a 9 this time, mate. So, whereabouts are you?
I'm just coming up to 1 actually. Not far from Andy. I'm just about to the spot. I want to go to Elsham. G1WSA Mobile.
Okay, mate, I'll catch you up there then. Number 4 on the list anyway. So, yeah, anybody else want to call in? Please call now, M0RKK listening. Right, back round to you, Trev, if you want to go through the list then, mate, and give them the reports. So there's yourself, Dave, John and Chris. Leave it up to you, Trev. M0RKK.
Yeah, M0RKK in the net, G7IWA. Yeah, we'll hit 59 plus plus. Dave is 59 stopping. John is 5 and 7, but lovely clear audio, no problem. And unfortunately I can't get Chris. But as I am pointing north, that might possibly be the problem, so I'll rectify that before the next time round. Yeah, radio. Yeah, last night, it's worth looking at from 9 o'clock outwards. There was quite a bit of East Coast coming in last night, and they managed to work a bit. And it was really nice singles. A couple of them were coming here and stopping from the East Coast, so that was just proof that the corner's turned and we're possibly on the way up on the cycle. At least I hope that's the case, and it wasn't just a fluke there. So over that, I'll pass it over to Dave. But I'll go out and try to turn my antenna towards the south and see if I can manage to get Mr. Chris there. I'll probably go down a bit of signal to someone up with others, but I think if I put it south I should still be able to copy everyone. So without further ado, over to you, Dave. 2-0 IDL, G7IW, wasn't it?
G7IW was the net, 2-0 IDL, yeah, cheers Trev. Yeah, reports-wise, Rich, I think I said 5 and 9 plus 30, Trev's 5 and 9 plus 40, John, you're 5 and 8, but perfectly audible, and Chris, you're 5 and 7-ish, but I'll wait till you settle down before I give you a proper report. So that's the reports for the time being. If anybody else joins in which case we can do that as well. So with that, back to you. Out to John, M0JBA, 2-0 IDL.
2-0 IDL and the group from M0JBA. Not a lot to have, a little bit of information. I was speaking to Elaine, Bernard's daughter, this afternoon, and Bernard is certainly better today than he was yesterday, and he may or may not be listening in, so we'll keep an ear out for him. He might give us a call. If you're listening, Bernard, all the best, and hope you're on form again before too long. Yeah, radio work. Yeah, when I came back from the travels, I put, well, it wasn't my beacon. Beacon's working fine as they do. But I've got another thing, it's called a QDX, which you may or may not know of. But I'm using it for receiving Whisper and FT8s. And it was working fine when I went away. I came back, it wasn't receiving. I tried it on transmits, that worked, and all the other little tricks it's supposed to do, they worked as well. So I spent best part of half a day fiddling about, checking voltages here and there, looking for burnt things, sniffing for smoke, and everything seemed fine. And eventually, in desperation, I put a call for help out to the QRP Labs group, and someone made a stupid suggestion that maybe I should check my USB cable. Now, of course, the transmit, which is working perfectly, goes through the USB cable, and the all the other functions go through the USB cable. But I tried it anyhow, and sure enough it worked. So why that is, I've absolutely no idea at all. But at least it's up and working. So with that, I'll pass over to who's next in line. It's Chris, G1WSA. Over to you if you can hear us, Chris.
Yeah, G1WSA mobile. Probably okay. I'm just not far from the summit. So yeah, all copy there, John. Yeah, John's report. Anywhere between 5.1 and 5.9, depending on where it was. Rich anywhere between 5.5 and 5.9. 3.0 IDL anywhere between sort of 5.6, 5.7 and 5.9. And then Trev, sort of anywhere between a 3.0. So, you know, I've got a signal of 3.1 at least, but struggling to copy, and 5.9, depending on where I am. So that's probably because I'm mobile. But I'm just actually, I'm just coming up to the top now. So that might be alright. Yeah, on the QDX, yeah, really odd that, John, isn't it? You would think the digital bit would either work or not work. You'd think the UART chip would either be communicating or not communicating. But, you know, there you go. It's sort of, if it's fixed it, it's fixed it. So, yeah, it's sort of a bit strange, but I'm glad it's working. What else? Yeah, I think Trev said it's beaming north. So anyway, I don't know if he can swing that round or whether it's fixed and he's got to do it by the Armstrong approach. Yeah, Rich, it sounds like you've been getting the, I think I picked up that you were getting the Zoom room sorted. That's good. And then I've been transmitting on 4 metres and 6 metres on the beacon. And G0BSX was picking up a 4 metre signal. Suddenly popped up, but because he decided to start listening a couple of days after I started transmitting. Anyway, I sent him a note, and because he knew that I was on 6 metres as well, he actually put his beacon onto 6 on receive as well. So I've actually got 4 and 6 metre reports over onto the edge of the Peak District near Sheffield. So at least I know it's working. I've just pulled up. So I'm now stationary. Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the engine off and see whether this inverter works. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, but it helps if you don't turn the ignition off completely. Mobile. Yeah, so that's working. At least I know that's working. But I've not had any spots other than G0BSX. So, but the season is early. You know, we're not far into the season. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll have a listen around this time and do the signal ports again. Now that I'm parked up, and I'm just turning this off, and I'm going to see how long this thing does before it conks out and starts squeaking. So, Rich, to take it, I guess with a short pause in case anybody wants to jump in. M0RKK G1WSA mobile in the group.
G1WSA mobile M0RKK. Cheers, Chris. Yeah, now you're static and excuse me, you've moved your +20 now on the signal anyway. Anybody else like to join the Ulland District Amateur Radio Club Thursday evening? M0RKK. Yeah, pretty quiet tonight, isn't it? So, yeah, good information, John, on what you're doing. Unfortunately, obviously, I can't help, but all sounds good anyway. Not sure if Trev's back yet, but I imagine he's swung round a bit and yeah, see what signals he picks up. He was at, when you couldn't hear him, Trev, if you are on, he was at Wootton, and he was on his way up to Ocean Top. It sounds like he's probably already there now. So yeah, just waiting for it to stop. Right, it's been raining for 2 days, hasn't it? I mean, Andy dropped that cable round for me a couple of days ago, so I could knock up this double bazooka. So it's good weather. Oh, and the gusts have stopped as well, John. from about now actually till at least middle of next week. So yeah, hopefully if I can squeeze it in the garden, I'm going to put a 40 metre double bazooka inverted V in the back garden. See if that'll maybe work better than the loop that I'm running 40 metres on. So that's that. Yeah, Chris, with Zoom, I decided against it. It wasn't over popular because mainly the reason that they had to join our Zoom, I suppose, and then you know they would have had to go into a breakout room to listen to the net. So I've scrapped that. We're actually running. We're live on YouTube now with seven viewers at the minute. Admittedly, one of them is my daughter, so so she's helping out the viewing thing. But it's just an audio live stream, and I mean it's a lot easier for somebody to click on a link rather than having, you know, it's quite a rigmarole to join Zoom and then click on something else and something else just to hear a net. So that was the idea anyway, Chris. Yeah, 59 plus 20 you're up to now anyway. Round to you, Trev, if you're back. G7IWE, M0RKK.
Yeah, M0RKK and the net from G7IWE. Yeah, I've turned the antenna to the south. I'm picking Chris up now, but not with any great success. He's about a 5 and 2. 5-1, 5-2 with me, but perfectly audible, so hopefully he can copy me there. Yeah, I went outside to turn it round, because I'm just lazy, I haven't got the box coupled up yet. And I turned the antenna towards the south, and the reflector element from the 10 metre boxing fell into the yard, so I'll have to go out and sort that out tomorrow. But hopefully, as you say, the weather's picked up a bit. So I think I'll go out. I'm pointing due south, so I might just have to point it a bit. I don't know where else up top. I might have to put it a little bit west of south. But hopefully Chris is copying me there. So while I go out and just give it a little tweak. Yeah. Oh, by the way, John almost dropped out, but still perfectly audible. So I think I'll have to turn it a little bit towards the west and see what happens there. So without further ado, over to you, Dave. G7IWE with the net.
G7IWE with the net 20IDO. Yeah, cheers, Trev. Yeah, as I say, I've done a great deal. What I do need to do is get out and sort a couple of experimental antennae out. I want to get my mag loop back up, and I want to put my little 2 metre dipole a bit higher because I can hear everybody quite well. I can't hear Chris on here, but I can hear everybody else. But you probably won't be able to hear me on it, so I need to do a bit of work on that. So that's my little project over the next few days, providing it doesn't pour with rain and blow a gale. So that's me. Over to John, M0JBA from 20IDL.
I can hear you, Lee. Rich, M0RKK, M0JBA. Lee is trying to call in, is running mobile now. I don't know if you want to let him have a couple of calls, Rich. Over.
Yeah, cheers, John. I thought I heard a little bit of a crackle. G0UBY, M0RKK. Good evening, Lee.
G0UBY mobile and the net from M0JBA. Really, you're coming through lovely and loud and clear here, 5.9 plus. What else do I have to add? Yeah, Trevor, you've now gone down to 5.4, but perfectly audible, no problems at all. journey travels. You're now down to 5/8, but it's good and steady. So on the whole, that's an improvement. So yeah, with that, I'll hand it over to Chris. G1 WSA Mobile from M0 JBA. Over to you, Chris.
Yeah, G1 WSA Mobile. Right, let's see whether this thing conks out. Yeah, right, reports from Elsham Top. 5.9 plus 10 is RKK. Trev is 54. Dave is 5.9. John is 5.5, but nice audio. And no copy on UBY. So I've got this inverter running, and I'm running, just check. Yeah, I'm running at 70% on the power, so 35 watts out the radio, so I'm backed off slightly. The radio's drawing about 6-7 amps, and the MSJ is reading, so I'm reading about 12.4 volts on receive. Now I've got to transmit, and the battery voltage is at the input to the MSJ inverter has got to 10.6. Now that's not the true battery voltage, that's just loss along all the cables, you know, through the bulkhead of the car and whatnot. But anyway, I'm running about 10.5 volts, and I'm getting 13.9 out. So if I sort of do quick calculations, 121 and about 196. So I'm just sort of doing a quick calculation. So I'm probably pulling at maybe a scrap over 10 amps with the inverter, because it's got to convert from 10.5 volts up to 13.8. I'll work it out in a minute. But I'm probably on the edge of what is acceptable for the fuse. But anyway, I've got the MSJ balanced on the Ambrate next to me. I'm not driving like that, but I've just got it here so I can see what it's doing. But it is working. But the idea is to see whether I can actually get. I don't get much time with the ignition off when I'm parked up. I have to keep starting the car back up. So the idea is to see whether I can work a sort of net like this without having to have the ignition on, especially on a nice day like today when the car's nice and warm because of the sun. Anyway, I hope my audio is okay. There's no noise on it. Anyway, with that, I shall pass it back to the top. M0RKK G1WSA Mobile in the group.
G1WSA Mobile M0RKK. Cheers, Chris. Yeah, if you can hear me, Lee, unfortunately I'm struggling with you, mate. You're on about a 3 and a 3 and a 1, to be honest. I'm struggling, so it's good that John. I imagine you're more John's side of the world than mine. So if you can hear me, mate, thanks for joining. Good evening. Yeah, anybody else like to join the Holland District Amateur Radio Club Thursday evening at M0RKK? Nothing heard. So yeah. So Chris, is it money well spent then? Do you think your little unit that you bought over?
Yeah, G1WSA Mobile. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just struggling to work power calculators out, which is a bit stupid, really, because I don't know how to do it. I don't know why I've decided to square the numbers. That is not necessary at all. I basically, it's I equals, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think it's quite. I think it's all right. What it does is, when the engine's running, I can run HS a lot more power stably. So the problem I had with HS is, say I was running on 10 metres and I ran at 40 watts. If I just sort of spoke too loud, the 7100 would cut out. You know that problem where the voltage drops. The rig would cut out. Well, it stopped it from doing that. I can now run it a bit higher. But the net, you know, I had problems before where what would happen is the radio would just conk out because I've only got getting like 10 volts with the radio. Whereas now it's perfectly okay. I'll tell you what, I'll just work it out. 13 divided by 10.4 multiplied by 7. So I'm pulling about 9.3 amps. If there's no overhead of the box, of course the box on a little bit of overhead as well. But anyway, so 7 amps on the rig. I'm probably about okay. That's giving me 35 watts with the engine off and no trouble. So I think it probably is. It solves some problems and introduces new ones, but it perhaps solves more than it creates, if that makes sense. But if something did go wrong, it crowbars at so many volts that it protects your radio. But anyway, there we go. I'll pass it back to you, Rich, and you can pass it round the net. M0RKK, oh, is there any noise on the audio, by the way? M0RKK, G1WSA mobile in the group.
M0RKK, no, it sounds fine actually, mate. Yeah, perfectly clear, no problem at all. And you're still on a plus 20. So it sounds like you're static anyway now, isn't it? So, oh, cheers to the info, mate. I was curious because it wasn't cheap, was it? But it, you know, if it's doing the job, yeah, nice one. So right, M0RKK. There was I should have jotted some down. I'm typing at the same time as everything else, so I should have jotted something down. Oh, Trev, yeah, being as you're up next anyway, mate. Yeah, it was. I'm glad you gave me the call last night because I didn't expect 20 metres to be, you know, up as much as it was, and we both got into Canada quite easily, didn't we? And it was knocking on a bit. I'm sure it was about 10ish or something like that. And I put it on this afternoon, and 20 metres seemed pretty dead to me. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but maybe just this week, I don't know, time seemed to have like shifted a bit. It's gone into more of a 40 metre time zone instead of the usual afternoon stuff or something like that. But it might be just one of them things. Round to you, Trev, G7RWE, M0RKK.
Yeah, M0RKK, the net from G7IWE. Yeah, unfortunately can't hear Lee. And Chris and John are still coming through audible. I can't bother to. As long as I can hear them, they can hear me. It doesn't really make that much difference. Yeah. Last night I was surprised. When I spoke to him, he was down a little bit. But when you spoke to him, he peaked just as you called in. I actually did hear you calling him. I don't know if you heard me. Oh, you wouldn't have done because I wasn't on there. But yeah, I heard you, Rich, and you got a brilliant report there for even with your antenna down. So I think with your antenna up and the conditions like that, you'll do a lot of damage. As hopefully I will. And I think it was about 5 minutes after you called him, he came up to 59 plus 20 with me. So something was definitely up going on in the upper extremities there. And I were up to see it. So with that, as I say, no copy on Lee. So I'll put it over to the man from Drypool. Do we zero ideal? G7RWE.
G7RWE 20 ideal, yeah, cheers, Trev. Yeah, I can't hear Lee either, I'm afraid. Absolutely nothing whatsoever. I fiddled it around when I was doing this tuner this afternoon, or about 3:30 on 20 metres, and there was a fair bit of stuff coming through, but it was all local Europe stuff, nothing long distance that I could see. And Chris, you're now 5 and 9 into me, no problem at all. So that's about it from me. So over to John, M0JBA from 20 IDL.
That's 20 IDL, the group from M0JBA. I've got to, yeah, there's Chris's experiments, well, I don't know if experiments or not with his inverter. Yeah, it seems quite a voltage drop you've got between the receive and transmit. Chris, 12.4 down to 10.6 volts, was it? Nearly 2 volts drop for 6 or 7 amps, but I suppose two connections each end, 4 connections plus a couple of lengths of cable. I suppose it is feasible. It's well, just shows how much you need the inverter, I suppose. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how long it does go before you get the low voltage alarm. I believe you said that was at 10 volts when you're down to 10.6 on transmit. So well, we just have to see how that goes, won't we? Yeah, Lee, G0UBY mobile. Yep, I could hear you fine, even if hardly anyone else can, Lee. So, we'll see if it improves when you get back to the car. So, with that, I'll hand it back over to Chris. G1 WSA stroke mobile from M0JBA. Over to you, Chris.
Yeah, G1WSA mobile. Yes, I've just gone from 12.34 down to 10.6 volts going to transmit, and like I said, I'm pulling about 7 amps out of the rig, but the box has been pulling 10 amps. So you know that is like you say, that it is a big voltage drop, but you know it's all the wiring through the bulkhead and everything else, and yeah. So the thing with the unit is, oh, there's a horse just gone past. I maybe should have stopped transmitting there because the person would be right bang my area. But anyway, they were there about a second because the speeds are actually going. They're actually trotting or cantering. I don't know what it is, but the horse is sort of running. Anyway, yeah. So the thing is, the box is set. The alarm was set for 10, but what I found yesterday was it was alarming at 11.3. So I pulled the box a bit yesterday on the net and moved the jumper. It's now at 9. So I don't quite know when it's going to go. But the thing is, I think it will alarm on TX way before my battery is flat. But I'm going to sort of do a few experiments because I think it won't alarm at 9. I think it's going to alarm above that. But I'm going to sort of experiment with it a bit and see what happens. Whenever the voltage is all right on receive, when it's above 12 on receive, I don't think we'll have any trouble starting the car. So yeah, we'll sort of see. So I don't know. Rich said it was a lot of money. I think it was a lot of money as well. 260 quid. But there we go. I'm sort of reasonably. I can hear the noise. I can hear like a fan, but I think it's. I don't think it's the unit. I think it's outside. The unit's got no fan in it. Anyway, no, it's the fan on the rig, isn't it? Right. Oh, that's what the noise is. Yeah, I forget the rig's got a fan on it. Yeah, so anyway, I don't know, have I got anything else to add? I did write some stuff down. Oh yeah, sorry to hear about Trev's mocks, and hopefully you can get that fixed, Trev. Yeah, anyway, there we go. I've got the ignition off, everything's off, and the radio's okay. So from the point of view of being able to work with that, it's okay. Certainly at 35 watts. Annoyingly, the power meter on the current meter on the Icon has got 5 dots between 5 and 10. So that doesn't sort of make any difference, really, because you've got 6, 7, 8, 9. There should be 4 dots, so there's 5. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, that's my timeout. Oh dear, I'm off it a bit. Right, so I'm going to hand it round to Rich, but I'm at 10.16 volts at the minute. M0RKK, G1WSA mobile in the group.
G1WSA mobile, M0RKK. Cheers, Chris. I'll put it over to Lee in a bit. Might be able to hear him, or at least John can relay the messages anyway. Anybody else want to join the Ulland District Amateur Radio Club Thursday evening night? Please call now, M0RKK listening. Now, round to you, Lee, if you can hear me. G0UBY, M0RKK.
How are you hearing me now, Rich? I'm on the mobile now in the car, so I've got a bit more power now.
G0UBY, M0RKK. Good evening to you, Lee. I can hear you fine, mate. 59 plus 20, actually, over.
That's good then. I'm running more power than I normally do there. 25 watts, I think is high power on this radio, so yeah, I'm just heading around the roundabout. I'll come back and have a look at the signal reports in a sec on the next way round. From G0UBY mobile.
G0UBY, oh, of course you are mobile, aren't you? Yeah, we'll just put that in, mate. M0RKK. Yeah, it's good to hear you anyway, Lee. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I was going to... Oh, yeah, whereabouts are you now then, Lee? I heard roundabout and nothing else, sorry.
Right, I'm just up other end of Springbank. So, yeah, it's John's probably the closest station to me, being only in Costigan.
Oh, got you right, yeah. Okay, oh, that's not bad from mobile from there then, is it? Quite good going. So, right, M0RKK. We'll say not a lot else to add, so I'm going to have a play with this aerial tomorrow. I've printed some QSL cards out that I'll probably I'll bring with me. Well, I'll probably show on the Zoom tomorrow night, but I'll bring with me bring them with me next Wednesday anyway, to the Island Laddie. See what you guys think about them. I'm also going to do one that's going to be single-sided as well, which will have just like a small report at the bottom. Might come in a bit cheaper single-sided if we decide to do them that way. But yeah, it's up to you guys. See what you think. Round to you, Trev. G7 RWE M0RKK.
Yeah, M0RKK and the net G7IWA. Yeah, Lee was just picking the squash there on the last time I was in there, so he's possibly getting a bit closer there. Possibly pick him up on the next one. Not a great deal to report from me. I'll after we finish here, I think I'll have a listen on HF, and hopefully it'll be same sort of conditions, 9-10 o'clock time as what it was last night. So unless I come across a brainwave, something to I think I'll make this the final. So without transferring the net, Rich, I'll still be listening and pop in if anything pops up. So over to the guy from Drypool, from G7 I believe with the net.
G7IW with the net 2E0IDL. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything to add. Oh, I can ask a question. This little tuner I've got, the lamp is supposed to run at 12 volts. I'm obviously running it at 13.8 volts. Is that going to do any serious damage to anything? Question mark. But apart from that, I've got nothing else to say. So I'll say thanks for running the net, Rich, and I'll catch most of you, I guess, tomorrow, and I'll pass it on to John. So 2E0IDL going QRT, over to John M0JBA.
Yeah, 2E0IDL and the net from M0JBA. Yeah, Dave, regarding the 12 to 13.8 volts, I think it's a massive sucker to see, like a lot of these things. It all depends on how it was originally designed. A lot of 12 volt stuff is designed for 13.8ish. That's more or less the standardised car stroke battery voltage, but well, you never know, dear. Regarding Chris, regarding your battery discharge testing that you're doing, I hope you're taking the precaution of parking at the top of the hill facing downwards when you do that. Otherwise, I've not got a lot to add apart from wish everyone sense of trees, especially Bernard if you're listening, and thanks to you for another net, Rich. With that, I'll hand it over to Chris, G1WSA Mobile from M0JBA. Over to you, Chris.
Yeah, G1WSA Mobile. Yeah, I'm not parked down here actually. Down here. But the thing is that the battery's at 12.3 on receive, so I think the battery's perfectly alright. I'm only drawing a few amps. Let me put the meter back on. Yeah, Bernard, if you're listening, all the best. Hope you're feeling better soon. What else? Oh, have I got anything else? No, I've not got anything else. So I don't know. I'm just sort of. Anyway, I don't know. I think this box is it's a reasonable success, I suppose. What I would say is that the power pole connectors to it, I just think are extremely fragile. I'm really concerned about them, but it's got these really beefy binding posts. So I think the answer is to just fit some power pole, to flying leads, short flying leads onto it, and just fasten those on with decent spades, and that will probably be the end of that, and I probably don't need to worry anymore. Anyway, with that, I'm at 10.2 volts. There's about 12.3 on the receive, so I'm losing 2 volts. What I did have a thought, John, is that of course I'm using the power cable. There's the 13.8, and then there's the ground return. There's the 0 volt return, which also goes back. So what I was thinking was, if I actually took a 0 volts, if I could find somewhere to bolt to the car, to the chassis of the car, I think I could actually probably half the voltage drop, because I am getting 2 volts drop, and at 10 amps, that's 200 milliamps. But actually, that is not actually that unreasonable when you But, when you know what the milliamps per metre of wire is, it's probably not that unreasonable. Anyway, thanks for running the net, Rich, and 7-3 to everybody, and I'll pass it up to M0RKK, and then I'm gonna just turn the power up and just see whether I can get the alarm to go without blowing the fuse when everybody's finished. Anyway, M0RKK to take it, 7-3 everybody from G1WSA Mobile.
Yeah, many thanks for that, Chris. Over to you, Lee, G0UBY Mobile, M0RKK.
Thanks for that, Rich. Just you and John's not a particularly great spot, actually. I'm just parked up near this end of Springbank, but yeah, hopefully it'll be better if I can catch you when I'm at home next week. But there we go. Yeah, you're about 5 and 3 while I'm here, Rich. It's a bit of a tricky spot. In comparison, John was 5 and 9 plus, and he's 5 and 5 here where I am. So yeah, but I can hear you as well, Chris. I don't know if you can hear me, even though I'm running a reasonable amount of power. So and I could still hear IDL. Chris, you were coming through just about 5 and 1, and IDL you're about 5 and 1 or 5 and 2 as well. So, but there we go. Anyway, nice to catch you all. And I did briefly earlier when I was struggling with everybody on the other radio, the other handheld, I did briefly try the YouTube link on the phone, so I could hear Trev coming through nice and strong. So I knew there was some activity, I just couldn't hear it. So there we go. Anyway, I'm not sure who's taking it next, so I'll put it back to you, Rich. And yeah, thanks for the next. Please, everyone. G0UBY Mobile.
Yeah, many thanks for that, Lee. Good to hear you, mate. Anybody else want to go back to Lee? You just, if they can hear him, just give him a report. I'll just stand by for a minute.
1, 5 and 1 way, but lovely clear audio.
Yeah, 5-3 with me, G1WSA Mobile, but there was another break station, Rich.
Yeah, the other break station, come in please now, M0RKK. Oh, G0SWO. Yeah, thanks for joining, Bernard. I was just going to wish you some regards. I hope you're doing well, mate. And yeah, sorry to hear that you're not feeling over great. M0RKK.
Yeah, okay, Rich. M0RKK, G0SWO. Good evening to everybody. I won't get round at everybody. I'm very, very croaky and not too good. From G0SWO. Nice signal, 5-9. Over.
Yeah, many thanks, Bernard. You're also 59 plus this way. Would you like me to put you around the group, or are you not up to it, mate, at the minute?
Yeah, I'll try. Just if you pass me on, I'll try and give a quick report. Over.
Yeah, okay, mate. Yeah, make it quick because you don't sound too great, mate, and I don't want to tire your voice out. Give Bernard a call, Trev.
Roger, G0 dude, G7RW. Yeah, you're 5 now, will you, Bernard, over?
Okay, Trev. G7IWE. I'm a bit out of sorts here, very croaky, and have a good weekend, and hope to be a lot better next week from G0SWO.
Yeah, okay then, Bernard, thanks for the report, and you look after yourself there. So I won't hold it, I'll put it on to Dave to give you a report from G7IWE.
To his audio, you still on, Dave? Around to you, John, M0JBA.
G0SWO from M0JBA. Good to hear you on tonight, Bernard, that you're end stopping here. And yeah, just recovery, Bernard, all that.
Yeah, 5-9, John, and I'm not so good at all, but I'm pleased to just hear everyone on the net. Thanks, Rich, and a good night.
Yeah, same to you, Bernard. Next in line, Chris, G1WSA Mobile. You want to have a word with Bernard? Over.
Yeah, G0SWO, G1WSA mobile. Yeah, Bernard, you're 5959 plus 10. So really good report. Lee, you were 5354, 5354, Lee. So yeah, Bernard, 5959 plus 10, QSL.
Here now, Chris, for the 5'9". You're also 5'9". I'm sure it's a 5'9". I wasn't sure to see. Maybe 5'8". But a very good evening and a good weekend ahead. All being well, Chris. Over.
Yeah, all the best to you, Bernard, and to take care and look after yourself. 7-3. I think next to take it, I think it's G0UBY mobile. So Lee to take it. Do you want to take it, Lee? G0UBY mobile, G1WSA mobile.
Yeah, cheers for that, Chris. And yeah, evening, Bernard. Good to hear you on. And I'm only parked up the road, so I'm closer to you than I normally am. So understandably, you're full scale reflection of me, Bernard. So yeah, and funnily enough, John, you've gone up. I don't know if you did anything. You've gone up from midway, and you're 5'9", in plus 20 and plus 40 generally now. So it's peaking a little bit higher than it was earlier. There we go. Anyway, you get it there, Bernard. Back to you. From G0UBY.
Yeah, okay, Lee. G0UBY. G0SWO. You're 5'9", but down on the audio level, but no problems at all, Lee. And nice hearing you. I'm glad you've come on the net. And a good weekend ahead. And very good night to the family there, Lee, from G0SWO.
Yeah, cheers for that, Bernard. And, yeah, it's just this little mobile mic setup. It might be a bit loud if I talk straight at the mic. It's up in the sun visor. But there we go. Anyway, good to hear you on anyway, Bernard. And I'm not sure who it is there. I think it was Rich probably after me. I'm not sure. So back to you, Rich. G0UBY mobile.
G0UBY mobile, M0RKK. Excuse me, yeah, cheers, Lee. Yeah, thanks for coming on, Bernard, and yeah, sorry to have to put you through that. You don't sound ever so good, do you? But look after yourself, my friend, and get well soon, so you can get back on these Thursday nets. It's great to hear you tonight, anyway, mate. G0SWR M0RKK.
Chair next, Rich, and I've actually got Trevor, and I've got John, and I've got Chris and Lee and yourself. How many have you got for the net, Rich, over?
Yeah, it's pretty quiet tonight, Bernard. We had one extra, which was 2-0 RDL David Drypool, but he's left the nets. But I'll send an email out to you and John with the log. It's quite a simple log. It'll be just start, finish, not what time people join. Pretty much like the others. So I'll send that email out, and when you feel up to it, pick the email up, mate. There's absolutely no rush at all. G0SWO M0RKK.
Yes, okay, yeah, Rich. M0RKK G0SWO. Yeah, I'll say 73, and I wish everybody on the net a very good night and a weekend ahead. Hope to be a bit better next week. G0SWO clear.
Yeah, I hope so too, Bernard. Thanks for popping in, and look after yourself, mate. Take care. I'll catch you very soon. Anybody else want to join the net before we're probably thinking of closing very shortly? M0RKK, please call now.
Mike 0, Romeo Whiskey Lima.
M0 RWL. Good evening to you, Bob. Thanks for joining. End stopping this way, over.
Okay, Richard. So far, I've been listening for about 5 minutes. Unfortunately, due to dinner and various other tasks that I have to complete before I can come on the radio. Again, late. I've heard Bernard, I've heard Lee, I've heard yourself, and I've heard John Baines, all of which are coming through well above the 5.9. So I'm reading everybody very well. M0 RKK, M0 Romeo Whiskey Lima, back to you, sir.
Yeah, many thanks for the reports, Bob. Good to hear you, mate. And audio's excellent, I have to say, on that. I think it's an 857 that you run, isn't it? That audio's great on that. I'll put you round anyway, Bob. I imagine Trev's still on. Dave's gone. But round to you, Trev. Say hello to Bob.
Yeah, M0RWL there, G7IW there. Yeah, good evening, Bob. 5.9 plus about 20. 5.920 here, over.
Okay, likewise, not quite so high. You've got a little bit of a pitch noise in the back of you, but I can read you loud and clear, and you're coming in great, Mr. Trevor. So there you are. A very good evening to you.
Yeah, thanks for that, Bob. Yeah, it's a little fault on the 290R. I know it's been doing it for a while. But people still hear me, so until I get something better, it'll just have to do that. But nice to hear you in there, Bob. So I'll put it back to you, and then you can give, I think, let me see, if Dave isn't there, John's the next one on the list from G7IW.
Okay, M0 JBA, M0 Romeo Whiskey Lima. How copy, John?
M0 Romeo Whiskey Lima from M0 JBA. Yeah, good to hear you, Bob. Your usual end-stopping signal. Excellent audio. Over.
Okay, John, likewise, your audio is excellent, and you've got a full slider on the radio there, so in other words, you're end-stopping, so a nice signal, John. Very, very, very good indeed. M0 JBA, M0 Romeo Whiskey Lima.
Yeah, M0 Romeo Whiskey Lima, M0 JBA. Yeah, thanks for that, Bob. And I'll hand it back to you if there's nothing else. You can give it to Rich. So over to you, Bob.
Okay, G0. I think it's UAY. I'm not sure. UDY. Lee. A very good evening. Likewise, Lee. Earlier on, you were first class end stopping 5.9. What can I say?
Yeah, M0 RWL, G0 UBY. Yeah, evening, Bob. You're the strongest signal of the net tonight as well with me, where I am here. You're the only one who's 4 digits above the 9. Ben was 3 and John peaks at 1 above the 9. So, yeah, strongest signal of anybody tonight with me, Bob. So, good to work you to make it the first line. So there we go. Anyway, back to you, and I will have to send something down, and you'll have to look out for me in the shop tonight, and she's left the card, so I'm going to go pay. So 10-3's all, and back to you, Bob. From G0 UBY.
Okay, G0 UBY. Thank you for clarifying the call sign there. Thanks, Lee. I don't know whether we've spoken before. I don't think so, but no, a lovely audio, lovely signal. I'm going to direct this very quickly. Mr. Bernard, I don't know whether you're still listening, but sorry to hear you're not feeling too good. Hopefully, within the next day or so, you will start feeling a lot better. And I think, like Rich says, start back on the Thursday nights. But anyway, I wish you all the best wishes, Bernard, from Mike 0, Romeo Whiskey Lima. Back to you, Rich.
Yeah.
I just left that clear in case Bernard wants to answer that. I'll just leave a couple of seconds.
Yeah, like, Richard, tell us to give me another call, please. Rich, from G0SWO.
Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
Okay, Bernard, sorry to hear that you're not feeling too good, my friend. Hopefully you'll pick up within the next day or so. And it's nice hearing you on frequency. G0 SWO, Mike 0, Romeo Whiskey Lima. Mike 0, Romeo Whiskey Lima, Bernard.
Yeah, it's okay, Rob. Bob, isn't it? Yeah. What's your QTH, Bob?
College is literally 100 metres down the road, 100 metres, White College.
That's okay. Yeah, White College, yeah, fine there. Yeah, you're 5'9", no problem at all. And I'm very groggy at the moment. I woke up in the middle of the night. I'm not sleeping, and yeah, we'll pick up all being well. Right, a very good night to you know. If you pass it back, I managed to get up to you. Let's have a look. I've had Trevor, and I've had John, and I've had Chris. I've had Lee. Very good evening, Lee. Nice to hear you on the net. And last one I've got down is yours, Bob. MCRWL. Is it Romeo Whiskey Lima? Have I got it correct, Bob? Over?
Yes, Bernard, it's Mike 0, Romeo Whiskey Lima. Romeo Whiskey Lima. I'll say good night to you and wish you all the best 7-3s, Bernard. That's all I can say.
Yeah, 73, good luck, bye.
Yeah, just one more then, Bob. G1WSA Mobile. Say hello to Bob, Chris.
Yeah, where's my log? Oh, there it is. M0R with Romeo Whiskey Lima, Golf 1, Whiskey Sierra Alpha Mobile. You're 5'9", Bob, straight 5'9" on the meter.
I'll go for that. Anytime, Chris. A very good evening to you. You're also a good 5'9". A good 5'9". Everybody's excellent this evening. So it just goes that the 2-metre antenna that I've got upstairs, it's on a rotator, and the position it's in now is more or less getting everybody within this area. Okay, Chris. Thank you very much indeed, sir, for coming back, and thank you for the numbers. And take care. 7-3s, my friend.
Yeah, 7-3. I wonder when the car's going to start. G1WSA Mobile.
Yeah, many thanks for that, Chris, Bob. Yeah, good. Better late than never, Bob. That's the motto, isn't it, mate? So yeah, appreciate you popping on, and signalling and audio is excellent. I was just wondering, Bob, is there going to be a Zoom tonight? It's going to be the last one before they get over to Muck, isn't it?
I think I haven't. I fired up the computer, but because I'm on the radio, I'm not. Unlike my wife and everybody else's wives, they're able to multitask. I'm afraid us mere mortals, the men, the males of the species, find it hard to do at times. So I would imagine so. Kevin promised there would be one. The last one before. Well, they're going to Muck tomorrow morning. So yes, I'm pretty certain there will be. I haven't checked the email yet.
Yeah, okay, Bob, no worries. So I've not had an email yet, so we'll just see how it goes. See how it goes anyway, mate. Anybody else want to join the Undistrict Amateur Radio Club evening net before we close? Please call now, M0RKK. Oh, M7EYP, you're quite weak tonight, Steve, over. Oh, got you right. Yeah, how come you're? Are you at the house at the minute, mate?
Yeah, we just arrived back in. I did have the broadband with me, so we just on.
Oh, okay, mate. Fair enough. Yeah, you're a 4 and 5 at the minute. So yeah, a little bit weak to me. I'll just put you out. Actually, instead of putting you around, anybody. If anybody can pick Steve up, if they just want to go back to him, over.
Yeah, and M7EYP, G7IW. Not very strong with me either there. You're about 5 and 3, 5 and 3 over.
Well, yes, sure for that. Well, right, that's okay. I'm actually back downstairs on the broadband, so yeah, we'll check that. You're 5 man straight
Roger that, Steve. Yeah, okay. Rich from G7IWE.
Yeah, cheers for that, Trevor. Anybody else want to go back to Steve?
Can't hear him, Rick.
Sorry, who was that?
0 JBA.
Sorry, John, go again.
So it's nothing heard here.
Okay, anybody else?
Negative from SWO, Rich.
Yeah, okay, Bernard, go ahead if you're up to it, mate.
I'm not copying him. Pass my best regards on to him. See what QRO is running, and just remind me of his QTH, Rich, over.
Yeah, no worries, Bob. Bob, excuse me. No worries, Bernard. He's up at East Park, but he's on a Balfang handheld. Normally you'd be able to hear him perfectly, Bernard, but yeah, he's not at his main radio station at the minute. So yeah, he sends his regards, Steve. If you didn't get that, mate, you probably did actually. So I'll just stand by in case anybody else wants to say hello to Steve.
On Range Radio.
Ah, G7 Older War. Evening to you, Andy. Welcome to the net, mate. Do you want to just say hello to Steve first off?
Well, I wanted to tell Dodge, I was listening on the lounge, but I nodded off. It sounds good, the live stream's working well, the audio sounds well, and everything is good. Everyone was sounding real good, isn't it? I can even hear you scratching your nose, Rich.
Yeah, that is the problem, isn't it? Yeah, I was thinking maybe I ought to get something for me face rather than, because it's quite a way away, because it's got to pick both things up, you know, my audio, and I was kind of hoping I got the balance right, you know, with me radio speaker and my microphone, well, my own voice, you know. So yeah, there's going to be a bit of background stuff with cans of Carlin opening and you know, whatever. But as long as it's as long as it's okay, mate. Good to you anyway, Andy. Write your own report, being as you're only, I don't know, 3 yards away from me. Over.
Yeah, you get them wind easy as well, Rich. I had to get that in, I couldn't resist that. Anyway, good evening, Steve, G7 Aldebar. Yeah, well, you're 10 over with me, you're loud. I've got the aerial right up, so you're very loud. You're 10 dB over, I can hear you no problem whatsoever. Not wrong with a rubber duck. So, yeah, you're working. No problem. Alright, Rich, back to you.
Alright, cheers for that, mate. Over to you, Trev, if you want to say hello to Andy.
Yeah, long range radio from G7IWE, yeah. 2 and 2 with me, over.
Oh, you are with me, you're 2 by 2, yeah. Well, you found down plus 60, Trev. That's your true report. It won't go no further.
Yeah, same here. Let's see, I think if I turn the preamp off, it'll probably still be up in the 9, over.
I'm ever so sorry. It's height. Height is king on 2 metres. It's the height that does it.
Yeah, Roger, you're 2 and 2 with the preamp on, and you're 2 and 2 with the preamp off, so with you it don't make much difference, over.
Yeah, well, they say to me, I can't wind you down, so I've tried, even with the RF gate down, I still hear you.
Yeah, there's a lot of people trying to wind me down there, Andy, but there you go. Okay, I don't know what's left there, Rich, so you can pass me on there from G7IWE.
Yeah, Trish, Trev. Over to you, John.
Yep, G7 LRR from M0 JBA. Evening, Andy. Are you all packed for tomorrow's trip? Over.
No, I'm not going, John. I couldn't go, work and everything else, so I'm not going. But I think the lads are packed, from what I've seen on the Facebook group. There ain't got a lot of room for thing, and the amount of gear they're taking is unreal, because they can only take one vehicle, and the others have to walk and carry the gear, so I hope it ain't too far from the ferry.
Yeah, G7 LWR. Yeah, G7 LWR it is, yeah, from M0 JBA. Fine, Andy. Yeah, I'm away on Saturday, but as soon as I get back, well, on Sunday I'll go up the top of Market Wheaton Hill and see if I can pick them up like I did last year, Andy. Over.
Oh, you should be, yeah. The competition apparently who can work them on the most bands, so that's a good one for everyone. Everyone stands a good chance because all of us can work into G, and even on a wet piece of string, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, G7 LL, F0 JBA. Yeah, well, give it a try, Andy. Presumably they're announcing sometime a bit in advance what sort of frequency and times they'll be running, are they? Over.
Well, I don't know if you're on it, John, but they've opened a Facebook page and they'll be announcing it on the Facebook page, go ahead, but if I see it, and I can, I'll just post an email out.
Yeah, okay, yeah, thanks Andy. I'll have a look and see if I can get onto the Facebook thing, Andy. Over.
Yeah, just under the call sign, just do a search for GB0SIM, and you'll be able to see it on there. Golf Bravo 0 Sierra India Mike.
GB0 Sierra India Mike it is, Andy. So I'll pass over to who's next in line. Yeah, that'll be Chris, G1WSA Mobile. Over to you, Chris.
Yeah, G1WSA Mobile, farting about in the car. Yeah, I've got the engine back on. It did start, and I get about 13 volts, John, at the input to the inverter when the engine's running. So the inverter's not having to work very hard with the engine running. So that's quite interesting. That's worth knowing. But it's showing 13.2 at the minute. So yeah, that's anyway. LLR, you I've got you 559 straight 59. In fact, just go again and let me have a look, because you might have picked up G1WSA Mobile.
We are full scale. I'm getting you at you are 20 dB. Sorry, you are 40 dB over S9 there. Absolutely blasted in, Chris.
Yeah, I've got you 10 over, so I don't know why. We're the other way around on 10 metres, weren't we? G1WSA Mobile.
Yeah, it was bad, wasn't it? Actually, it was bad really on 10. It's my quad is really horizontal. I ain't got the vertical up at the moment, so I do apologise, Chris. But I did hear you, but you were literally, your report was, I would say, a 0 and I can't say. I think I said 0 and 2, but to be honest, you was Q5, but just no signal whatsoever.
Yeah. You were the opposite. You were 5.9 to me. I got no trouble at all with you. You were really, really good signal. In fact, you were probably the strongest signal on the net. So it's sort of odd, isn't it? It's sort of odd, and now it's the other way around. I've got you 5, 9, 10, and you've got me full scale. So it's sort of odd, isn't it? G1WSA Mobile.
Yeah, G1WSA Mobile, G0RR. I think what it was, like I said last night, I think the angle, because it went real the exit, because it was getting like, you was in the stateside. I think you were quite low angle and probably just flying right over the top of me, Chris, to be honest.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I could hear that stateside station, but only just. I could read his call sign though. I could read his call sign. You were 20 over on the last over though, so that's all right. But I've been trying this inverter box that I've bought. It's cost me a fortune. It's cost me 260 quid, Andy, for this DC inverter. But anyway, because I do so much mobile, I thought, I'm gonna try it. But I've got quite a throaty exhaust at the minute. I think one of the gaskets has gone on the exhaust. Anyway, I'll pass it back to you, and you can take it back up to Rich. So nice to hear you. Anyway, G0LLR G1WSA Mobile in the group.
It's promoted me from a G0 from a G7. Thank you, Chris. Back to you, Rich.
No worries, Andy. It's amazing the difference. We're only up the road from each other, but it's amazing the difference. Because I'm struggling with Steve on his Balfang, and you've got him on a plus. So can I run a bit of cable to your house, mate, and put my 510 on your tower? I'm sure there won't be any interference.
I tell you what, with them telegraph poles, I reckon we could up one across the estate, get some RD2 on for it. They wouldn't know the bloody difference, to tell you the truth. I mean, if Connection could throw wires and poles up, I don't see why we can't, Rich.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, there's wires everywhere on this estate now, isn't there? You know, everybody gets underground stuff, and we get, 1960s wires everywhere, don't we? So Yeah, that'd be alright, that, mate, if you don't mind. Well, it cost about £3 in Coats to get to your house. So, yeah, just one more, mate. M0RWL. Go ahead, Bob.
Okay, thank you, Rich. Andy, good evening to you. Like always, 5'9" plus, name your own figures. Coming over absolutely clear. A bit disappointed with myself because until you come on the air, according to Chris, I was the strongest on the net. That's been blown out of the window.
Fair play, Rich.
Oh yeah, Brett acknowledged. I'm ever so sorry, Bob. I do apologise. I can go down to 1 watt if you want and let you have the glory back. Anyway, nice to hear you, Bob. And I'll probably throw a link thing up a bit later for you. From G7LWR.
Okay, Andy, thank you very much. Richard, there's a break.
Yeah, I got that, Bob. Thanks for that. Yeah, I've got no email off Kev yet, but we'll see how we go. Breaker coming, M0RKK.
M7ARP from M0RKK. Yeah, Rich, I've been banished upstairs to the radio room, so I'm back on the main station.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, that's a little bit better, young man. Well, plus 40 now, over.
Roger, yeah. Well, thanks for the flowers, Rich. Andy, you were sounding lovely downstairs on the Borthing and the Rubber Duck. Bob, so were you. I was getting you, Chris, when I was on the Borthing, and Bernard, I could hear you lovely as well, Bernard. So, yeah, no problem there. But I'm back on the main station now, Rich. So, getting everybody £5 plus plus.
Yeah, thanks for the reports back, mate. Much appreciated. And, yeah, back in the warmth now, ain't you? So, yeah, good audio on that radio, I tell you, mate. It's, yeah, it does well, that does. So, right, I'll say again, anybody else want to join just before we close? M0RKK, please call now. Yeah, it's been quite good tonight, hasn't it? For saying it was pretty quiet at the start. We're up to an hour and 15 minutes on the live stream. So, yeah, been quite a good net. So, yeah, I'll just... I actually have to put the net information out. Plus, I've got, like I say, Bob, I've still got nothing off Kevin yet. I hope he's going to put one on. I just want to wish him well for the, for the Island of Muck week. So, right, Hull net information. We've got Sunday, Humber Fortress has got a Get on the Air night at 7 p.m. on 145425. Monday night, HADARS has got a net on the GB3HS repeater at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, Andy, G7LRR, has a 10 metre net at 8 p.m. on 28425 USB, obviously. And then we're back round to our Thursday HADARS Simplex net at 7 p.m. on 145325. Also, sorry, let me just get the Facebook page up. GB0SIM. There's a group going to the Isle of Muck, way up north, to run a week DX Amateur Radio Club expedition. Anybody who hasn't got Facebook that are in the HADARS net, I'll put an email out once when I pick up what frequencies are actually working daily. If you've got Facebook, just search GB0SIM, and they've got a small group on there that you can follow. So with that, I'll just leave it open for anybody else who wants to say anything. M0RKK.
And I've also got all the information on QRZ.com for anybody as well. I'd thank you for it.
Yeah, cheers for that, Andy. Of course they have. Right, M0RKK, leaving it open for anybody to say anything to anybody else before we close the net.
What was the special event? Was it SIM or FIM, Rich?
It's Sierra India Mobile, Chris, over.
Roger, GB0SIM.
Yeah, GB0SIM. Yeah, Facebook, QRZ, Like I say, anybody that hasn't got Facebook, I'll put the emails out, just brief emails to what frequency they're working at the time.
Yeah, roger that. I'm back up to 50 watts because I'm mobile. Right, okay, 73's on G1 WSA mobile, stand by.
Yeah, many thanks for that, Chris. Right, if nobody else is calling in, I'll close the net at 2015 M0RKK listening.
M0RKK, if you G0SWO, if you can email the lads on the net, Rich, much appreciated. And thanks for running the net. A good weekend to you and the rest of the lads on the net. From G0SWO.
G0SWO, M0RKK, you're more than welcome, Bernard. Very happy to do it while you're getting better, my friend, and look forward to when you do it again. So yeah, you take care of yourself, mate. Just rest and get better. M0RKK.
Yeah, till next, Rich. 73, diddy-da-dee-da.
Diddy-da-dee-da. Take care, mate. M0RKK closing the net 2016.
Yeah, I just want to go to Chris. What's this inverter you've got then, Chris?
Yeah, it's an MFJ. I think it's a 4416. It's basically a DC-DC inverter for the car. So basically, it takes whatever your car voltage is and steps it back up to 13.8. Because I get a lot of voltage off along the power wires, one thing and another. And so anyway, so I bought this inverter, but it was £260. But what I would say is, even though it's switch mode, I've got no noise at all. Now, the Icon 7100 has got a filter on the front end of the power supply, so that might be helping. But I've got no noise at all on HF or VHF, just F0. So it seems to be alright. G1 WSA mobile.
Oh, that seems interesting. G1WA mobile, D7 for that. I'll have to have a look at that and see what it is.
You could always do the old-fashioned way. John will remember this. You could always put the old suppressors on, couldn't you, John?
Yeah, that's the way it used to be done, but apparently it's not necessary from M0 JBA, over.
Don't know. Yeah, well, that's interesting. The works, Chris, and like you say, no noise, and it's regulating the voltage and everything, and keeping it right. So they call it like a voltage booster, don't they? See it, battery voltage booster, 13.8 constant still. That's a clever bit of kit, that, Chris.
Yeah, it's alright. I mean, 260 quid there is quite a lot, and I don't think the power pole connections on it are very robust. But the 4mm are, so I'm just going to fit two tails onto it to back to power poles, but not use the power pole. Well, actually, I think I'm going to use one of the power poles off it to drive a voltmeter. But it's really good. But I mean, I'm really fortunate because I've got a set of V's and it's a 1.4 petrol. I get no ignition noise, no nothing. If I put it on HF and I'm out in the sticks, I get S0 on 20, S0 on 10.